What's guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we're reacting to the 11th episode of To Your Eternity. This one's titled Gift from the Past. Okay, so, yeah, we got some interesting bits out of the last episode, for sure. We've officially crossed over the halfway point now as well. First half of the show is complete with episode 10, and now we're moving on to the next half. I don't know if this show is taking a break seasonally, or if it's just going to continue on in weekly format for the next, episodes. Normally when you have like a multi-core show like Summer Spider So What or any of these other shows, especially over the course of like the winter break, they always kind of take a week off for like Christmas, New Year's type deal. There's usually a bit of a break there on releases. I don't know if they're going to do that with this one, since it's just spring to summer. There's not really anything important going on, but maybe it's just for the sake of like making TV licensing or whatever. I don't know. We'll see. But I think next week's episode is coming out just as normal. I don't think there's any delays there, which is expected. But beyond that, I don't know if they'll do anything or if it'll just be continuing on as normal. We'll see. Either way, this show's going to end fairly early into the summer season at least. So hopefully there's not too many shows on this day in summer, because I don't want to have too crowded a day with this show, because this show actually does require a little bit of paying attention and being especially emotionally connected. I feel like that's definitely something it relies on. It relies on its audience to be emotionally connected with the show. A lot of shows would like to have that, but it's not really necessary. This one, I think, to get the most out of it, you kind of have to be invested, right? Because especially with what happened to the boy and his wolf, and then what happened to March, I feel like you have to be connected, because if you were disconnected from all that, you'd be like, oh, that's sad. But that would be kind of be the extent of it, whereas I think the creator here really does want you to be attached in all this. So, yeah, I don't want to fry my brain trying to do too much on this day, which is kind of why I got rid of Mug, because it's like 5 videos on this day was a bit too much. Anyway, last time out, okay, so new information that we got. Put this mic back up here. New information we got. Our enemies are now being called Knockers, which is a very unfortunate name. It's very hard to take that name seriously, honestly. Yeah, if you don't know what that means, you're probably better off for it, but yeah. It's an unfortunate name here in, is that really a... I was about to say, is there like a difference between UK and the US? Like, would they use this word differently? Because I definitely associate that word with the UK. I assume the US is very aware of that word as well. But yeah, Japan probably does not know what that necessarily means. Anyway, so we've got the Knockers that are after us, and we've also got to the point where, despite the advice from our creator to constantly be moving, to constantly be evolving, we have been static in this one place for 4 years, I believe. And as a result, we've seen Gugu's transformation to Jesus levels. Well, not Jesus levels, you know what I mean? Like, just swole. He really is. It was quite the transformation, but hey, that's what happens when you train for 4 years in order to improve yourself. I guess it just happens like that. I doubt he'd be that defined, but you never know. And we also see that Fushi's form can also age. Now, there are some question marks over the aging process that I assume we'll get into at some point. Is this now a permanent feature of that form? Like, for example, if he were to go to another form, say the Wolf's form or March's form, and then he were to transfer back to Fushi, would he still be the 4-year-older Fushi form? Or would he go back to the original one? Because whenever he reverted back to the boy's form previously, or March's form or whatever, they always had the injury that had killed them, basically. And that injury is now healed up on this current Fushi, and because he spent so much time with it, surely he would associate that memory with this form as it's developed. So in theory, he should be able to go back to this form at will. In theory. We'll see. I'm assuming the other forms of Fushi do not age whilst he's in one particular one. That's what I would assume. So we're not... There is a potential for a grown-up March, but he'd have to stay in March's form for... How was she? Like 3? 4? How old was March, actually? I don't think it says here. No. She was like super young though, so it'd be like over a decade before you got to like teenager, before you get to teenager March, I believe, from what I remember anyway. Maybe she was close to 5 though. That would make more sense, I think. Anyway, yeah. So curious to see how that aging process goes. And it's interesting to know that at least for now, the knockers haven't bothered us in 4 years, which is concerning to me. Because we've had 2 encounters in a relatively short amount of time, and then nothing for 4 years? Is there no way of them gaining a resistance to the fire that Gugu has? Maybe that's the case. It's just as long as Fushi is near Gugu, they can't really attack because they're fearful of the fire, which was very, very effective. Or maybe they're just biding their time for Fushi to move out, waiting for an opportunity to strike, maybe waiting for him to be distanced from Gugu, or just waiting for them to naturally evolve the ability to be fire resistant. I don't know if that's possible. I don't know how much the knocker is also learning and growing like Fushi is, because there seems to be some parallels in, okay, Fushi takes on forms and grows and learns and grows up as well. The knockers seem like they could have that ability as well. So I don't know how mindless an entity they are in terms of how they attack. If they're just like, kill, 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 and that's the only thing they think of, or if they're actually strategizing how best to kill, if that makes sense. I'm curious to see more about that perspective, but probably not this episode if I had to guess, since we've just had a big time skip, but I guess we'll see. And yeah, that's about it. I forgot a lot of what happened last episode other than that. So, yeah. But everything's going well so far. So, I'm sure that's a cue for it to go badly. Now, gift from the past. I don't know what gift from the past. Maybe it's... The one thing I can think of... Maybe the brother comes back in some capacity, or gives something to Gugu as a thank you for helping him out when he was at that low point. Although they kind of disassociated from each other at that moment, so maybe that's not likely. But who else would be a gift from his past? From Fushi's past, ooh, it could be from Fushi's past. There could be an opportunity to reintroduce someone from the village. What was the name of the village that Paranova was from? From Ninana, okay. I don't know if they'd ever be able to get to this area, but it feels like it's a way to reintroduce someone from his past in that sense. I don't know if they're referring to Gugu's past or Fushi's past in that, so I guess we'll see. I'm just going to shut up and we should probably just watch the episode, right? That will answer the question quite easily. So, as per usual, these are time-based format actions here on YouTube. If you want to see the full picture and picture, go to my Patreon down in the description below. £4 a month gives you access to all picture and picture actions I do on the channel, which is everything from the current seasonal lineup, as well as Patreon request shows such as World Trigger, Symphogear and Lock Horizon Season 2. We also have movie reactions. This Saturday will be I Want to Eat Your Pancreas the movie. Very excited to get into that one. And then, yeah, there should be some more specials, hopefully, soon. I know there are... I want to do the Eurocamp OVA, because that did release a while back, but there's not a subtitled version that I can find just yet. I'll keep an eye out for it, and I'll have another look for it. But I didn't see one get uploaded anywhere, which is a shame, because I really wanted to do that. We did the Tomazaki ones, we've done the surprise Tanya the Evil one. I'd like to do Eurocamp one as well when that eventually gets subtitled, if it ever gets subtitles. It's one of the main reasons why I really that's why I really would like to learn Japanese, because then I wouldn't be bound by the subtitle versions, and I could actually understand the source material, and I could be, instead of focusing a lot of my attention towards subtitles, because that's the only downside to subtitle media, is your eyes constantly looking down to subtitles to read, and then back up, then down, then up. And sometimes you might miss certain details that are on screen at the same time because of dialogue, so that's kind of why you want to do multiple watches. But anyway, that's off topic. Here on YouTube we do time-based, so bottom left of the screen you'll see a time for the episode. I count down 3 to 1 play, then play side episode, I side episode, and we should be in sync. Watch this one on Crunchyroll as per usual, since they're the ones who licensed it. No logos to begin with, but we do have the OP to begin with, so minute 30 OP. I'll call it out when we end, obviously, and you can use screen flash on my face, the mic, or this part of my headset to tell when those scenes are transitioning. So, with all that said, lengthy intro. Let's get into this week's episode, shall we? In 3, 2, 1, play. Alright. Here we go. Alright, learning needlework. 16, okay. Yeah. Okay, so that's why he has grown like this. Mm-hmm. Okay. Just fortunate, okay. He had chosen to stay in one form for an extended period of time. Hmm. Interesting. Oh. Hmm. Ooh. Just heal up. Hmm. Ah. Ah. That would be very true. It's nice to see Fushi's development in terms of his vocals as well. It's a very good performance. Hmm. Hmm. Arranged marriages, gotta love them. No. You need to get a boyfriend. Hmm. Wow. Pretty good, actually. Who's this? Is that the? Oh, it is the brother from the past. Okay, they did bring the brother back. Straight there. Okay. Excuse me. I mean, yeah, it's fairly obvious. Yeah. Hmm. 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 Angry. Yeah. 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 He didn't actually sell it. Oh, immediately just smacks it down. No hesitation. Okay. That dream's gone. You've got to realize that. I don't think you wants to be part of that dream anymore. Hmm. How's Gugu gonna respond? Gugu's too happy with his life here, I think. Yep. He's found his family. Oh. Mm. Mm. Ooh, wow, that was rough. Give back? I'm gonna try and give the ring back, okay. She recognizes the ring, right? Yep, it's that ring. Mm-hmm. Yeah, no way is he gonna fit. Oh wow. Jesus Christ. Don't break it, don't break his finger. uh... Jesus Christ. uh... Phrasing. uh... Oh boy. Uh... Well, whirlwind. Dude just wakes up, get a massive pain in your finger, and she's like, "Now's your chance." Yeah, it really does. Yeah. Oh, new mask. There it is. Anti-tree man mask. Okay. The knockers. Mm-hmm. What's different about this? Without a torch. Nice. Okay. Oh, is it a spark? Nice. Very nice. Love it. Yeah. Feel like that's a flag. Hmm. We're really setting this flag up, aren't we? Hmm. I do not. How do you read maps? Is a good question. Flag. Just setting up so many flags. Hmm. Okay, so vegetables was the cool. Okay. Flowers. Oh yeah, we saw those flowers in the same ones. It's a good choice. Dream bellflower, okay. House, mansion, more like. Ooh, nice spread. Yep, here comes the rumor mill. Hmm. The friend is the word. It's just. Hmm. Hmm. Oh, there's symbolism. Oh, there's a symbolism behind that flower. Ew, okay. The language of flowers is complicated. Hmm. Really? That's what they think? I don't think she takes it in that way. Good question. Hmm. Still doesn't know. Hmm. That's now the you're being the rude one. You bullshit. Smooth things over a little bit. Of course he is. Alright. Oh boy. Who is it? Clearly uncomfortable. Yeah. Just going along with it. At least Fushi's honest. Not with that attitude, it won't. Who gives a shit about the rules? Yeah. Who decides rules? They can have one last moment together, I know it. Hmm. Okay. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Hmm. Come on, put it together. Mm-hmm. What? I'm sorry, what? Oh, it. Oh boy. Oh boy. Phew. Phew. No preview or anything this week. Okay. No actual ED, no preview. They made use of all the time they had. Wow, okay. The Knockers chose that exact moment to attack her. They know how to pick their timing, don't they? They really know how to pick their timing. I wonder, okay. Aside from being quite dramatic and obviously like really like impactful, is like they finally get this moment and connection, and then suddenly it's been dashed by the knockers. I know it's like dramatic for the sake of the show, but I wonder if there's actually a reason the knockers would do something to that effect. I wonder if they are potentially preying on that, like... I'm trying to think of how we've described them before, in how they are different to how we are with Fushi. I'm trying to remember that episode when they were actually introduced by our mysterious creator. But I wonder if that is just intrinsically part of their point, and is kind of like how Milverton from Moriarty the Patriot enjoyed corrupting good people to make them commit evil deeds and completely ruin their lives. Like, he got like a pleasure out of that, essentially. I wonder if the knockers also kind of feed off that negative energy that they create in those situations like that. Because they specifically went after Gugu. Maybe it's because they fear Gugu's fire-breathing capabilities. That would make sense. Perhaps they didn't find a way to deal with that, so if they get rid of him, now Fushi's alone, and they think they can take him. 4 years with them advancing, and Fushi making virtually no progress, other than he's got a slightly older body, which, in theory, would have more physical capabilities. In theory. Like, he should be physically a bit fitter than he was last time, in this form alone. His other forms, he would in theory be rusty with, because he spent so long in this one, he hasn't even thought about the other ones for a while. So I wonder if it will come as naturally as to him to be in the bear or the wolf form when he was like switching quite regularly. Kind of curious about that fact now. Yeah, so next episode title is Awakening. Who's awakening? Like, is that meant to be Fushi's awakening? Awakening of what? Well, that's ominous. That's an ominous title. Yeah, this was a really good moment. Really good moments between Gugu and Rin. Very much enjoyed that. Typical, like, they set up so many flags on Gugu. Like, it was kind of expected to happen. That is my worry about this series, is that the flags become too predictable. But I don't think this will kill Gugu. I don't think that kills Gugu right now. I think Fushi is either going to be able to save him. Well, it depends when our creator tells us that the knockers are here. Like, does he tell us just as Gugu is about to be cut from that cliff there? Or has Gugu already fallen, and then the creator's like, oh, by the way, yeah, they're here. I'm curious about that fact. I guess we'll see. Maybe we have a combat episode next week. I really didn't expect that. But 4 years of nothing? They were just biding their time. Waiting for a moment to strike. And the fact they did it here is genuinely quite interesting. Because this is the most, like, populated place we've ever had an attack, you know? Normally it went after Fushi when he was just isolated alone. But now they're willing to go after Gugu to get him out of the way, and then I assume come after Fushi, even in the presence of so many people. Although, they don't really care about the other people, I suppose. Like, they're no threat to them. So, I wonder if it would attack the other people. Like, does it have that strong a destructive desire, or does it just want to get rid of Fushi? I'm kind of curious as that as well, but I guess we'll see. But that's going to do it for today, guys. Thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed that one as much as I did. Leave a like if you did, as well as your comments what you thought of the episode. Don't forget to hit subscribe as well to see next week's episode, as well as the rest of the Spring 2021 live you can find here on the channel. Thank you for watching. Till next time. See you guys later.